but effective. Slide that in there. We'll get some glue going. Got it glued up, and I'm going to pull off the old side here. Here's the side that we just glued up, and this is the side that's coming off here, so that'll be the crown. Just wrap that up. I'm going to protect the new glue and the stone from heat. Wrap it with the tissue. Spray the tissue down. Water to keep it cool. Like that. And heat this end. This stone is not very heat sensitive really, so we can do this without damaging the stone, and we're keeping it cool anyway. Now that I have my first main facets on the crown ground down close to where I want to be, I used a 600 plate so I didn't shock the stone, and I did get past that crack, so I think we're out of the woods there. I'm going to switch to a 2000 grit topper plate, because I don't want to overgrind any of my facets, because we have lots of little facets on the crown, so I'm not going to risk it. Here we can see that we have most of our facets on the crown roughed out. I started with the mains on a 600 grit plate, got them close, then I switched to a 2000 grit plate and I roughed out most of the rest of the facets. I got the mains, I got the second mains, we got the star facets. Now I'm going to go back with a 3000 grit plate, and I'm going to go back to the mains here and smooth them out and bring that girdle line down just a little bit more, because I'm just too thick there. And that will give me a little more room on my second row of my second row of main facets, which I want a little bit bigger than they are. So those I can make a little bit bigger that way, and still keep my star facets in the same place, which will give me the same size table that I want. So that's our next step. Alright, I went over it with a rather new 3000 grit plate. I cut down the girdle just a little bit. Got both main sets of main facets done here, and I've got the star facets on there. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a lightning lap 3000 grit plate, and I'm going to go over all these facets and pre-polish them. Then I will cut in the girdle facets yet. I've got to cut those in to straighten out that girdle line with that 3000 grit topper plate also. After that's done, I will polish the crown and cut the table. I finally have all the facets on the crown cut and polished except for the table. Sunstone has a cleavage in two directions. I ended up with a cleavage plane in the crown and in the pavilion. I managed to get through the pavilion and got things faceted and polished up. But the crown was another story. I fought that. My second row of main facets on this diagram ended up right on that cleavage plane. I got everything polished out except for one facet which sunk away from me. It's a nice looking stone, and I think it's a fun cut to do. It's not too difficult. There's 121 facets on it. Not too difficult. They're just small. You have to take your time and be careful, but I think it's a rewarding cut. Again, this cut is by Glenn and Martha Vargas. This book was published in 1975, a second printing in 78. Has a lot of good things in it. It's a lot of fun. So if you want to try a cut that's not too difficult, really, just a little time consuming, I think this one would be a good one to try. Right, Riley? No, Riley, we're not going to facet right now, okay? Right now we're at the end.